I finished all of Picard as well. That went shit.
They've got a nickname for you, Citizen Dildo. In hindsight, not much better than what Alex was suggesting.
No.
Was it really that one? But never mind.
Not really, no.
This is the science fiction rating system, and we are back as a threesome once more. Chris has returned.
Hello.
He's back.
He's
I'm
back
back.
from Hollywood.
Back
Well,
from...
intensity of work,
Yeah.
which, yeah.
all successful?
Sorry, I missed it.
that's
Yeah,
all right.
good. Yeah, all good this end. We should
Good.
have a film next year, hopefully.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then 5 years from that, we can put it in the list.
Yeah.
We can do Somnus now, can't we? Hasn't that been out 5 years
Let's
now?
not.
Yeah, and I'm also joined by Alex, who didn't. He's been here all through.
I've been here, yeah. I went to Legoland. It's not as exciting as making a film, but...
Was it good?
It was
Legoland?
good. We stayed in the Castle Hotel. That's pretty cool. Everything's Lego in there. Themed
It's
rooms.
made of Lego.
They have upscaled Lego pieces.
Are the toilet seats Lego? Because that would hurt.
No, they're not Lego, sadly. There's things made of Lego. There's like a sword in the room and a crossbow and stuff like that. It was themed, night themed. There's a dragon. It was great. Yeah, I loved it.
Alex has got a son for those.
Yeah, I'm not one of those. Although, it's funny, we were queuing on one of the rides and there were two, let's say, large, middle-aged man, a couple behind us, and their T-shirt said, it says like, eat, sleep, build. And I was like, they're basically, like, you know those people that Chris was talking about that just go to Disney, they're Disney obsessives.
Yeah.
These were obviously like Legoland obsessives. They didn't have any children with them. They just were like, they're there for the rides and for the Lego.
Weird, isn't it, the Lego thing?
It's a bit weird to be... I get it with Disney way more than I get it with Lego. Because you can just build Lego. Why do you need to go to Legoland? It's mainly rides. It's not...
Somebody once said to me, justifying that they were filling their house with Lego, that Lego's worth more than gold.
That's absolute rubbish.
And I thought, yeah, but...
No, it's not. There's no resale.
Your house is still
It's
full
not
of Lego.
worth more than the money you spend on it, though.
No. You'd have to buy it. You'd have to do that thing where you bought two of each thing and you built one and then you kept one in its box.
This particular person wasn't building half things they were buying. They would just keep them in the box. Sealed.
Oh, so pointless.
I don't find Lego
Odd.
that creative anymore, is it? Because you kind of just make a Millennium Falcon and then that's it.
Yeah. No, I
Different thing, isn't it,
agree.
than it used to be.
Yeah, it's not the same.
Like everything, it's been ruined, hasn't it, by overexposure, but never mind. Anyway, but I'm sure Legoland was lovely.
It was mainly for my son and he had a great time,
Yes.
so yeah.
You were experiencing it. You weren't going there and full wrapping it and putting it on the shelf and never touching
No,
it.
I was in there. I was in that Lego. I was riding that
You were
Lego.
all up in that Lego.
I'm all up in that
Before
Lego.
You swallowed that Lego
I did.
brick.
Yeah, I made a promise with my body to that Lego and I fulfilled it.
We're doing Vanilla Sky this week, and you might have got that reference if you know the film. But before we do that, a few points of business. First of all, Chris, did you watch either... Oh, I forgot what the films were.
Cowboy Bebop. Johnny Mnemonic.
Or Johnny
No.
Mnemonic.
No, I didn't, sorry.
Them.
We'll cut that out.
Okay, that's
Was I
cool.
supposed to?
No, just because we
cut that
we met
then.
him ages ago. I just wondered whether you would have watched them, and so we can
No,
ask what you thought.
no.
But don't worry about it.
Sorry.
They're both
That's
awesome.
fine.
Were they good?
Yeah. Oh, but I like Johnny Mnemonic a lot more than you did.
Johnny Mnemonic is a terrible film, but
I love
Cowboy
it.
Bebop was good fun.
I love it.
And the other thing, did either of you watch the Avatar trailer?
I haven't watched it yet. Should I watch it while you're
Not much
talking?
going on in it.
It's not. Well, you can watch it. Yeah, I mean, it's not very long, but
Okay,
long.
I'm going to watch it while you talk about it. Okay, I'm watching it now.
Do you know what I found funny, having watched Avatar recently, was this looks how I remembered Avatar looking.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? But Avatar didn't look that good when we watched it again.
No,
It
it
looked
didn't.
good, but not this good. But it doesn't look that exciting, does it, really?
Not
I've seen
really.
blue-
3D again, is it, I guess?
I think it is, yeah, it is, yeah.
It's very bright.
It always was,
Whenever I
wasn't it,
read it-
Avatar? Like, it never really hid in the shadows like most of the sci-fis.
No.
It was
Yeah.
very in your face, which is
If
quite
you
brave.
told me this was a trailer for the first film, I wouldn't
Yeah.
be able to tell you it wasn't. Was there an
It's water in
underwater
this
bit?
one.
I guess there wasn't an underwater bit
I
in
do
the
think
first one.
Cameron is like the most like he pushes the boundaries all the time when he makes
Oh,
his next film, doesn't he? Like, he really moves the whole thing forward, doesn't he?
Whenever I read about this, it's always about how he's made of actors like learn to breathe underwater for like 10 minutes, things like that, because he's doing all this like crazy underwater stuff.
Yeah.
But,
Is there no
looks like
humans
an
in
event.
it?
There's a few,
There are
There's
humans
some that
in
have
it.
gone native and that are,
Oh, there you go.
yeah.
Oh, it looks like there's like
The last one
evil
ended where the
avatars.
humans were leaving, right?
Yeah, they were kicked off, weren't they? Yeah.
So they're back.
Is it?
Do you think
Why has he waited this long to do it?
I don't know. For the tech to catch up, I don't really know.
Yeah, is
Doesn't
it
look
that?
much different, does it?
Is it
But
because there's
I
a
don't know.
lot of water stuff, and that's why he waited?
Also, he's already filmed Avatar 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Wow.
I think he's
So-
been doing them together, hasn't he? So
Yeah, that's taken a while.
Because
Anyway,
even if
that's
you were
coming out.
obsessed with Avatar, would you have been bothered to? Oh, actually, if you were obsessed with Avatar, do you know what you'd have gone and seen? There's a Cirque du Soleil Avatar.
Is that?
Yeah, during lockdown,
you can kind of make sense.
Yeah, it totally makes sense. During lockdown, Cirque du Soleil put a lot of their stuff on YouTube for free. It wasn't the whole show, sadly. Some of them were, some of them weren't. And we watched the Avatar one; it was nuts. But it made sense. It completely made sense as that's a total combination of things that
Cirque
work.
du Soleil is one of the things that's never really like
don't get it.
appealed to me.
Don't get it at all.
Remember, this was lockdown, and we were very bored.
Did you watch their 18 plus rated one? They're like
No.
they've done like a weird porny one.
Oh God.
Right.
Yeah,
Cirque
it's
de
great.
Horny.
You can just imagine the audience for that.
Oh God.
Lots of like
Oh yeah.
eyes wide shut party kind of attendance.
Yeah.
Keys in the bowl kind of thing. That
Lots
kind
of
vibe.
ponytails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But literally,
Anyway.
that Cirque du Soleil thing was the only thing keeping those poor Avatar fans like going between that period. Like, that's all they had. Like, oh, how long's it gonna be?
I had a good segue there before we went back to Avatar. I was going to say, talking of ponytails and keys in the bowl,
Oh,
this was
sorry.
directed by Cameron Crowe, who definitely seems to me of that generation of,
Weirdo.
Whoa.
swinging weirdos. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, maybe. I thought you were going to link it to Eyes Wide Shut because it's got old
Tom Cruise, yeah.
Cruiser in it.
They're all into it.
Yeah.
There's no swinging in Villa Sky. Oh, there's implied swinging because he's a bit of a.
Yeah, he's a bit of a
Cat about
playboy.
town, isn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a playboy.
So, Vanilla Sky, anyway, from 2001, directed, as I say, by Cameron Crowe, who is famous for this, Almost Famous, and what's his other one?
Jerry Maguire.
Jerry Maguire, thank you. And, yeah, this is a 2001 film. Have we all seen this before?
No.
Yes.
You've never seen it?
No.
Alex, when's the last time you saw it?
A long, long time ago. I'd completely forgotten it. Completely forgotten it. Have you seen the original?
No. Have you seen the original?
I've seen the original, yes. Yes.
So, for those who don't know, Alex is referencing the film
Spanish.
Open Your Eyes, which is a Spanish film, which Penelope Cruz is in and plays the same role in that film as in this.
Yep.
And we should watch that at some point.
How's she got an Oscar? Can we say? How's that?
What did she get her Oscar for? What
I
film
don't know
was
what it got was for.
Devolver, maybe?
but- yeah,
Not
she
for
can hardly
this.
speak English. I don't know how she got an Oscar.
Oh. Yeah. I mean, we're jumping ahead, but I forgot. She probably plays the kind of quirk. I don't remember being this quirky and annoying.
Well, it's of a time, this film, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, Cameron Crowe is very much of that time, the cool dude. I mean, the things... I haven't seen this film a long time as well, and the things I remember about this film was the ending, him going off the edge,
Yep.
the fact it starts as Radiohead, and also there's a Sigur Rós song in this, a recording of a Sigur Rós song that was never released.
Really?
So back when I was reading Sigur Rós, it's like... Because it's a track off an album that hadn't come out yet, it's a live version of it. It's the very end of the film.
Oh,
So I was
God.
like very annoyed about the fact you couldn't get that version of that song.
That's such a
annoying,
Cameron
very
Crowe thing to do as well.
It is, isn't it? It
Yeah.
is. Music's a big part of this film. We'll get to the music in a bit. It's weird, the music, because I was saying to Lucy, it's kind of like on the cusp of some of it's cool, but some of it is so boomer. It makes sense because Cameron Crowe is like
Yeah.
my dad's age, so it makes sense
Paul
that he's got a
McCartney.
crossover of like, yeah, the Paul McCartney.
Oh, rubbish. Yeah. Ugh.
But there is some good stuff in this.
Yeah.
Looking at the poster and things, I can understand why I never saw it, because it's that sort of, bleached style of poster you used to see
Yeah.
Yes.
in the turn
And-
of the noughties.
I remember being marketed as well, like a Cameron Crowe film, like a
Yes.
romantic comedy kind of thing, rather
No.
than weird sci-fi things.
Yes.
So, yeah, I mean, I didn't see it until the buzz was enough that I, watched it. But the buzz as it was in uni days. So this film stars Tom Cruise. How has Tom Cruise not been Marvel yet? That's the question I watched.
Not been in Marvel.
Well, he had that kind of... He mucked up a bit, didn't he? Because he joined the Monsterverse, which is Universal Monster universe in that film The Mummy, which he bankrolled quite a lot of, and that flopped hard, and the Monsterverse died. So I don't know if he feels a bit stung. Maybe he's like, this Marvel thing won't last. Maybe he's... I don't know.
Also, he's a bit of an auteur, isn't he? He doesn't really get involved in that sort of shit, does he?
I mean, he's making Mission Impossible films. It's not really...
Yeah, but he owns... He basically
he's got a lot of
that.
control. A lot of control.
That's the most expensive film ever, isn't it? The new Mission Impossible.
Oh, is it?
I read a big thing on Vanity Fair about that, about how it's like... It's hit something like 400 million or something ridiculous because they're shooting it all over the world and the script's not finished something. He's basically got a blank check to go and make a massive film. So, weird. Anyway, this is Tom Cruise in his younger days. Already Scientology, but, he's a good actor, isn't he, Tom Cruise?
You know what? I used to not like Tom Cruise, and I'm like, you know what? He does what he does. He's not hurting anyone, as far as we know. And you know what? He delivers. He delivers big, good action films. And so what? You know what? Like, yeah, you go, girl. You get out there, Tom. Yeah, I'm fine with him. Yeah, I'm fine with him now. I think there was a period when everyone was kind of like, about him, wasn't there?
Yeah, when he was leaping on that sofa and shouting over Winfrey. It's his own fault.
It was his own fault, Drew.
He went fucking nuts, didn't he?
He did. Yeah.
Anyway, Tom Cruise plays David Ames, who is the heir. Well, no, he's not the heir. He's inherited a publishing company from his father, also called David Ames, and he's running in quotation marks his business. He's a cad. He's sleeping with the ladies. His whole office. I like how all his staff are women and everyone at the party's woman. Yeah. He's got one thing on his mind.
Apart from the guy from The Big Bang Theory, who's his assistant. Did you notice him?
Oh, is that who that is? I never recognised him.
It's the Big Bang Theory guy and the Roseanne guy. He's like his lowly little assistant.
Guy.
Roseanne, yeah. I'm not going to let that guy forget Roseanne. He was in Roseanne. No, he's not Big Bang. He was in Roseanne. Come on now.
Jason Lee is his best friend.
I
Shelby,
thought,
is he an author? He's meant to be an author.
He's an author.
Something.
Yeah.
But they're living a great life, aren't they?
Yeah. I love his flat. He has got an amazing flat.
He has got a great flat.
His flat includes those two. See, what's weird about this film is you can watch quite a lot of it and not think it's sci-fi, but there's actually two bits of sci-fi right straight off the bat in his flat, aren't there? There's that telly that comes out the floor. That's not real.
Is it not?
No.
Someone must have had that, though.
The flat screen television that retracts into the floor was thought up by Cameron Crowe and Tom Cruise while brainstorming things they've always dreamed of having that David Ames' character would have. Crowe says in the commentary the design was drawn up by Cruise, who wanted to install one in his house before realising that it would retract through the ceiling of the floor below him. So it doesn't make any sense.
They solved that, didn't they, though? Because they can get those beds, can't you, now? I stayed in a hotel room once with a bed with a TV that pops out the end of the bed.
Do you know what...
Tacky.
Do you know what the other thing is that people thought was real but isn't? That is a sci-fi invention?
His CD alarm clock.
No.
Surely that's real, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the Louis Armstrong playing the trumpet.
Yeah, the Louis Armstrong. The John Coltrane hologram.
John Coltrane. Sorry,
people are. Yeah. It basically, Cameron Crowe says people are massively disappointed that doesn't exist. It's not real.
Isn't that real now, though? Isn't that tech real?
I don't know. Like maybe
hologram person.
Yeah.
Just didn't what's her name? The Kardashians. Kanye West bought the Kardashians that thing of their dad, didn't they?
Yeah. I mean, at that point though, but people were just like, I think people just watched it and were like, oh, when can we buy one of those then? It's like the hoverboard, isn't it? People just thought, oh, that must be a thing. I'll have that.
Doesn't that exist as well, though?
No.
Hoverboard's a thing now. No, they're not. Okay,
no, they're not a thing now.
A hoverboard's a thing.
Hologram Kardashian dad.
Yeah, but not at this point. Not in 2001.
Kardashian hologram said so really inappropriate about their mum, didn't he? He does like a big monologue, and one of the things is like about their mum's vagina or something like that.
What?
It's really weird.
Okay.
Is this in
you
real
can watch
life?
it. Yeah, it's in real life. It's Kanye West bought it for like a 40th birthday, something like that. And she put the thing up on YouTube, and he's like going, "Oh yeah, your mum's got a fine coach," or something like that. It's really, really weird. It's really odd. I'm not making this up.
I hope he says it like that, in that voice, with the kind of shrugging as well. Like,
what a weird thing to like have as the first like hologram.
Yeah.
I have to fact check this before I put this. I'm pretty sure that happened, though. I'm pretty sure that happened.
If it didn't, it's the most insane dream you've ever had.
Something in Vanilla Sky. So anyway, Tom Cruise, he wakes up and he goes downtown New York and there's no one around.
Yeah, some 38.
Which is good to see, wasn't it? Like the actual practical, the cleared out Times Square.
It's like was it 38 days later? It was a bit like that, wasn't it? Is it 28 days later? That's it, yeah. Yeah,
but because they're in Times Square, it feels more impactful than just like a bridge in London, wherever it was, doesn't it?
True. Yeah.
It's a good thing. And then, so you're kind of clued into the fact that this is going to be a weird film.
Yeah.
Aren't you, at the start?
Yeah.
And he wakes up in bed with Cameron Diaz, Julie Gianni.
Yeah.
Who we are led to believe is some sort of... She's a supermodel, I don't know what...
She's all sorts, isn't she? Supermodel, singer. She makes her own CD.
Jason Lee says that like she's his dream girl, basically, doesn't she?
Yeah.
He can't believe that Tom Cruise is sleeping with him.
Yeah. I think she does a pretty good performance. At the beginning, it feels like she's not really acting, but later on, you're like, oh no, you're actually doing quite a good. It's more subtle than you think.
I think it's clever casting because she is an airheady type, isn't she?
There's something about Mary.
Yes, like that kind of vibe to it. That, isn't it? Something about Mary.
Yeah.
I think she's better than Penelope Cruz anyway.
Yeah,
that's for sure. And he's in this relationship, and life's good, isn't it? Basically for him.
Life's great. There's no sour. It's all sweet. That's as Jason.
It's all sweet,
as Jason Lee comments.
Despite having the 7 grumpy dwarfs on the board who are out to get him, he doesn't really care about that. He's loving life. Things are turned upside down when he goes to his birthday party and meets Penelope Cruz, Sophia Serrano.
Yeah.
Penelope Cruz. So no one liked her performance.
She's just a bit annoying. I mean, I don't think I would pick her over Cameron Diaz. I'm not talking. It's just personality.
Do you not think that it's hard? She acts. I can't work out if it's bad acting or she's meant to be doing it. That you can never really work out what's going on with her. Like,
no,
is she happy or sad or whatever. But is that the film or is?
Well, exactly.
It's always like that.
There's a fundamental because this is. I mean, we're jumping to the end here. But I've got, according to Cameron Crowe, there are 5 different interpretations of this film that basically, whichever one you follow, completely changes the whole film almost.
Yeah, but they don't all work, do they? Though?
No, they don't all work. But so sometimes when she acts certain ways, you're like, but is that because of the dream, or because he wants her to act like that, or is that actually... See, I think the only scene where she actually feels like she's acting like a normal person is the club scene where she's super uncomfortable with him all the way through, and he's just trying to be nice, but is really not into him. And I feel like that's the real version of her.
But I think this first party scene, where I think no matter what version you're going with, other than I guess the it's all a dream thing, she's meant to be more pre-him and normal. Yeah. Even then, I think her acting is just bad there because when she's trying to play all coquettish on the balcony and pretending she's run away and waiting to knock the door again. Yeah, it seems super odd.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
I don't know.
No, she's not. She's kind of annoying. She's way more quirky. I don't remember being all quirky pixie girl. That wasn't what I remember her character being like. But
did you spot Spielberg at the party?
Oh yeah. Do you know what hat he's wearing?
No, I can't. What hat's
he's wearing? I think he's wearing a pre-crime cap because they were filming Minority Report at the same time.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what it says.
It could be in the same universe, maybe.
Oh wow!
Yeah, maybe.
Imagine that. Well, actually, they could because the voice says at the end, the world is not what you remember it being.
Oh yes, he's gone into Minority Report future.
Oh, it could be the same character.
Yeah, doesn't he? He's got no money, so maybe he goes and gets a job at a
oh my god,
station.
yeah,
pre-crime.
Yeah, pre-crime.
Yeah, this is a sequel to this. At the party, Cameron Diaz turns up, and it's kind of implied that she's a stalker now because she's feeling spurned, jilted by the burgeoning romance between Tom and Penelope.
Yeah. He's a kind of like, he kind of just picks women up and throws them away, doesn't he? He's not into relationships.
He does. Cameron Diaz has got a bed duvet all over her, which is extremely taped to her body. She does a lot of moving around in that, and it remains steadfast. She's not got the cruise, I'm getting my tits out clause in her contract.
No, she doesn't. No.
You've got shoulders up and you've got knee down.
Yeah. And in fact, actually, the bit when you do see Penelope Cruz naked, it feels like you didn't have to. Like, it's not
that scene is ridiculous. Yeah.
It doesn't. It's a bit randomly gratuitous, to be honest. It didn't need to be there at all.
It's weird how you just don't get that anymore in films.
It's nice, isn't it? Though
it's kind of it's nice, but it's weird how you got it in films.
Oh yeah, and it's funny how weird going back now. Like you always think, what's happening here? When you're right, it used to just be like every film would have this tit scene, wouldn't it? Yeah. No tits yet.
No,
apart from Tom Cruise. And the party goes quite well, and he's sort of on first viewing they're falling in love, aren't they? They're sort of seeing each other.
Yeah, he's kind of stolen her off Jason Lee, hasn't he?
Jason Lee, yeah. And what's that weird scene when like Jason Lee, he's like drunk 'cause at the end of that party, he's going to Tom Cruise like, "Oh, don't worry, I'm fine. You have her. I knew it would happen."
Yeah,
and then she's like, "Oh, I'll come home with you." To Jason Lee, and he goes, No, you've got to stay here. We'll look after you. That's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit weird. Yeah, no, I didn't get that.
That scene made me think, okay, it's all a dream. That's why that scene's there for that kind of like.
Yeah, like that's not what someone would do. Especially when later on he says, "You stole her off me," and like you're such an arsehole, it's the only woman I ever loved, and all that, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think the problem, to go back to the point you made about the 5 different versions, a problem that will come up throughout this, I think, is that because he's clearly got all 5 versions in his mind.
Yes.
There's not a one that works, really.
No, because he's playing.
He should have decided on one.
Yeah,
really.
He's playing every version. Because one of the versions is the whole film is the book that Jason Lee's writing.
Yeah.
That's one of the versions. So that would make sense in a book because you just go, "Oh, it's whatever." But yeah, you're right. You're right. That is, he's playing every version out simultaneously.
Yeah.
To try and muck with you, but it means that there isn't really one answer, so he doesn't really.
I think
it's not coherent.
Do you think how you should do it really is you decide on the truth, don't you?
Yeah,
and then you work out which of these bits you can fit in that don't contradict the truth, isn't it?
Yes,
and how you can lay red herrings.
Yeah, that makes sense still coherently with the truth. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't feel he did that.
No, not at all. So he's getting in with Penelope Cruz, and before anything major happens, we kind of cut to this first thing where Tom Cruise is with Kurt Russell, who's playing Dr. Curtis McCabe,
and Michael Shannon.
You're a very young Michael Shannon, as the guard, which was another strange place to see. He's really good at it, though, isn't he? He just keeps calling him a freak and shouting at him every time he comes on the screen. He's having a great time. And again, a kind of a clue that nothing's quite right here is that this is anything like a real jail, is it? Like he's kind of sat in this gigantic room. And the idea is that Kurt Russell is doing a psych evaluation before he goes to trial for a murder.
Yeah.
And again, I think if you're going to play that angle, it needs to look more like that's what's happening, doesn't it?
And Kurt Russell keeps like going, "We're running out of time. You haven't given me enough. I need more." Like he keeps saying weird stuff that sounds odd. Like it's not what normal people say. Like it just sounds weird.
What do you think about Tom Cruise's weirdo mask?
I love his weirdo mask.
Pretty
mask.
cool, isn't it?
Yeah, that is in the original.
Good design.
It's a good design, isn't it? That's in the original, is it?
Yeah, and in fact, the club scene, when he puts it on the back of his head, and it's very blue. That scene is pretty much the same in the original as well.
Right,
like that image of him with like 2 faces, as it were. That's very much in the original film. That's the main bit I can remember from the original film.
It's the most effective at the start, isn't it? When you don't really know. Because you've got no context for why he's wearing it, have you, really, when you first see him?
No.
And you're just like, what the fuck is going on? Why has Tom Cruise got this creepy face on?
Yeah.
and it becomes you go back into it's. So it's sort of the idea of that is that we're being told the story via flashback as Tom Cruise tells it to go.
Yeah,
that's kind of the conceit.
Because Tom Cruise has murdered someone.
Yes, and they're trying to work out who that is and who a girl called Ellie is.
Yeah.
Which, not sure who that is. Do we
no, it's never,
who Ellie is?
No, that's never paid off, is it, actually?
No. But yeah, he's back, and his life with Penelope Cruz is going well, and there's all sorts of weird stuff intruding. So there's this dog on TV called, is it Benny the dog?
Benny I think it is Benny or Benji. Yeah, one of them.
I think it's Benny, isn't it? Right. Yeah, and they keep cutting to these. They're quite well done. Like fake TV sequences. This like miracle dog who fell in a river, was frozen for 3 months, and then came back on. There's a great bit when they get actual Conan O'Brien in, don't they? And he's interviewing the bloke. And he's just like, "Oh, is the dog still frozen?" And they cut to the dog, and that dog doing some great action. He just looks like so depressed. He's like, "Kill me, put me back in the ice." It's good stuff. But yeah, he keeps coming up. Benny the dog does. It's very, it's weird.
Yeah. And then stuff about cryogenics as well, and a book.
Yeah, cryogenics and it's life extension, isn't it? And
the sequel.
The sequel. That's it. Yeah, and all this kind of stuff going on. And the kind of the crux the film spins on is that he comes out of Penelope Cruz's house. Cameron Diaz is waiting for him and says, like, come and fuck me. It's fine.
She makes him listen to her song first. And he says, "This is." I wrote it down. She's like, "What do you think of it?" And he goes, "Yeah, it's really vivid." And I was just like, "What does that even?" That's such a nothing thing to say. What does that even mean? Like, it's very vivid.
It's a strange thing to say. I don't know. I guess the dream.
Maybe.
Dream.
Is it quite a clever way of palming someone off about their music?
Yeah, I think so. Because when she says "Oh, if I wasn't me, I'd buy it."
Yeah.
And he says, like, it only takes one person to like it, or something like that. So he's just being a dick to her, I think Tom Cruise, at his best in this film, when he's talking to Cameron Diaz. I think he's really... Yeah. Their interplay is really good, those two together.
Yeah.
And she's taken on this car ride. He thinks he's just going to go and get a shag. But, like, she's cracked, and she's in love with him, basically, isn't she? And... can't cope with the fact he's seen somebody else, so she accelerates faster and faster and faster and crashes the car. And she's dead, isn't she?
Well, yeah, we do. I've written here because we're at the over 40-minute point, and you aren't really, if you hadn't ever seen this film,
story to come.
Yeah, and you wouldn't know what was really going on at 40 minutes in, would you? It's not very clear at all.
Well, you could argue that until the last sort of half an hour, you don't really know.
It's true.
What's going on?
Yeah, that's true.
You know after this that something's up.
Yeah,
like it starts to unravel the linearity of the narrative falls apart. But I'm not sure. Yeah, because I mean, it starts to put these weird flashbacks. Or no, they're like little cut scenes of, like, you see him on the floor of a bathroom. You see a ginger girl, like redhead, beckoning down a corridor, don't you? And that's the receptionist from the ending. From the life place. So there's little, like, snippets of this, and I think this is all a bit Cameron Crowe. I think a bit over-engineered, don't you think? It's all a bit too stylish.
Maybe. It's still
quite dated.
Maybe it is. Yeah,
I think a lot of I like this film's good when it's telling a story, but a lot of those bits, and also to go back to the music, I think. There's some really great music in this. The club scene, the left field and the plays great. Radiohead, R.E.M., Sigur Rós. There's also interesting stuff. There's some terrible music as well. But the worst thing about it is that nearly always he'll start a scene and he just starts playing the song from the start of the song.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
And the song just plays until eventually they fade it down. Yeah. And it's just so obvious. He's like... It's just scene points, isn't it? He's trying to get some cred there. It's so...
A little bit.
Doesn't feel like...
It's a bit... it's a bit intrusive.
But in a way, it's like, it's not... If you're going to put a song in a film, right, and it's not going to be diegetic music, it needs to fit around the scene in a way, doesn't it? And I think the only time it does is the very first scene when they play the Radiohead song. Yeah. When he wakes up and he goes to turn the alarm off, and you think the CD's going to stop, and it doesn't. But that's really good because it kind of implies that he's in a bit of a dream world.
But I think
like when he like Go on, sorry.
No, I think I've read that. I think there's like literally there are lines from the songs that play over certain things that are supposed to make you think. So he's trying to be so clever that he's trying to sit there and make all these clever references that he's maybe it's not. Yeah, it doesn't really work because he's trying too hard.
It's just trying too hard, yeah. There's just something about him starting a song and me going, oh, I recognise that, that's R.E.M., right? And then he just plays it a bit and fades it out.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing good about that other than...
No.
I know why he's doing it, because it was... I remember at the time it was cool to think, oh, it's a film and it's got all these cool songs in it.
Yeah.
But it just isn't... There's not much to it.
No.
Whereas when he plays, like, Africa Shocks in the club, that works. It's in a club and you're like, oh, this is a good song and it's in a club.
Yeah, yeah, that's true, yeah.
I don't know, it's only a small thing, but it's just a lot of...
no, I know what you mean.
I think this film might be better with a different director. I think possibly is what I'm trying to say.
Well, you should watch the original.
I should. So Tom Cruise, he's come out of this crash and he's looking all kinds of fucked up, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
some good makeup.
Yeah,
it's good makeup.
It is
Am
good
I
makeup.
right in that they switch the side of the face that it's on?
Oh, do they? I didn't
Several times
notice
throughout the
that.
film?
Oh, I didn't notice that. Maybe.
I'm sure he wakes up some
it's always
points.
on his right. Maybe
I think
it's a
towards the
mirror.
end it's on. Maybe it's a mirror shot. Yeah, maybe.
But he's convinced, isn't he? So he starts telling Kurt Russell that this is all the board of directors, the Seven Dwarves, and they're trying to like make him seem mentally incapable, and it's all them, and it's a conspiracy about money and taking his shares away and his legacy and all that, isn't it?
Yeah, and he's also because Kurt Russell's saying that he's not disfigured, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yes.
And he's saying that no, he really is because he's got this mask.
Yeah.
And the mask it's quite a good scene where he goes to the doctors who are doing.
Yeah.
But again, this is like kind of obvious, like it's not real thing when and again, if you. Well, we'll go into it later, but it doesn't work with all the readings of the film. But you know, when they go to the doctors, all sat round, and they're going like, "We've done what we can," and he's going mad at them, going, "Oh, you know, you can't do this." And the guy goes, "Oh, we can do something about your arm." Fuck my arm. That's a good scene.
Yeah.
But anyway, they do all this stuff, and they're like, "We've got nothing else we can do." And then someone goes, "Oh, but there is this," and brings this magic mask.
Yeah.
That's not a real thing, is it?
No.
Like, that's not how things work.
No.
In a dream, that's how they work.
Exactly, but the kind of the primary version of this film is that the dream doesn't start till after the coma.
No.
Does it?
No.
So this really happened, but this didn't really happen, did it? So
No, it does feel a bit ridiculous. They're just trying to fob him off with this rubbish plastic mask.
I like the idea that it's regenerating his skin under the mask. He's got to wear it to regenerate what's under there. It's quite a nice idea. Quite a nice sci-fi idea.
It's a oh god, I wrote it down. It's an aesthetic regenerative shield. There you go.
Do you think it's a bit all over the shop? You know, like sometimes he wears it, sometimes he doesn't.
It is a bit like
I couldn't really track the motives as to why he was and wasn't at different points.
No,
to wear it and things
because he goes to because he decides this is when he's building, like you say, this is the kind of turning point. He builds up to like, oh, I'm all right with my face, and I'm going to go out and I'm going to go meet Penelope Cruz at a dance studio, and I'm going to like make jokes about it, and I'm going to get back out
he's
there.
He's not got the mask on then, hasn't he?
No, he decides to not because he's like trying to get over it, like you know.
But then next scene, he goes to the club and he's put back on again.
Yeah, I don't. He's just all over the place.
I didn't really get. No. He's all over the shop.
But he's quite good at being this kind of unhinged. It's super uncomfortable. He's kind of. He doesn't play it like charming. He's quite horrible. Like he's kind of horrible, isn't he? And just like he's just creepy. And they're obviously everyone's really uncomfortable with his presence. Like
he's good at. Yeah, he's good at. He's a definite Frankenstein's monster kind of like. He's good at that.
Yeah.
He's good. What's the one? Magnolia. He's good at Magnolia, isn't he? He's good at playing this sort of creep.
Yeah,
no, he's a different creep than that, but like he's good at like.
He's a bit like the deep fakes that you see of him now.
Yeah. They're weird, super weird. What it is, it's because he's aware of his charisma and charm, isn't he?
Yes.
And he knows how to convert that into something much more weird, doesn't he?
And he's not scared of being like that. He doesn't go, but I've got to keep my. You know, like it's got to still remain attractive or charming, or make. He's not even sympathetic in these sections, to be honest. No. Like he's just like he becomes the stalker, doesn't he? He becomes a stalker to Penelope Cruz, and she's obviously.
Because when he goes to the dance studio, and you think it's all cute, but then he does that weird thing where he starts reenacting their first conversation.
Oh,
it's horrible. He's playing both sides.
It's really creepy.
Doing a Spanish accent, isn't he?
Yeah,
it's so weird that is.
Yeah, and also didn't they get together on this film?
They did, yeah.
So that's even more weird, isn't it? If you think about it.
You know, I like the bit after that as well. You know, he's back in his house and he rings up and he's going like, "I just got to tell you, Benny the dog's on Conan. I can't believe it. Benny the dog made it." He's so happy about it. And then the call, he's like, "All right, that's it. Bye." Just hangs up on it. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then he goes to the club, which we mentioned before. So this is direct from the film. Which
I remember this.
A really good scene.
I remember that visual of him being in the crown. I remember it being blue like that, and with the face on the back of his face like that, and just being all like mucked up and dancing, and so that does feel. I really remember that from the original. I mean, Cameron Crowe has seen the original. He says it's a remix, as it were, or like he doesn't. It's not a remake to him. He's drawing out different themes and stuff. There's way less pop culture stuff in the Spanish one. Isn't there?
Well, that's Cameron Crowe, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good scene though. It's kind of weird. I don't really get like when he meets him and Jason Lee's like really like off with him about stuff because he's got the mask on.
Yeah.
She just runs off.
Yeah.
But surely they invited him to come, didn't they? And he's not drunk yet. I don't know why they're so weird with him when he first.
It feels like you're missing a whole section of him being odd to them for like months, maybe, or something, that he's just not telling you, or I don't know.
But then, again, this is the problem with it having all these different ways of looking at it, that they've kind of got out saying, oh, well, it's a dream, or oh, well, it's...
Yeah. Actually, the biggest thing that doesn't make any sense is when he leaves and he imagines Jason Lee kissing Penelope Cruz, doesn't he?
Yeah,
so that
in
means
monochrome.
Yeah, so is he dreaming, imagining within a dream?
I was hugely confused by that.
Is that another dream within a dream? Is it we got Inception here, or is it like?
Well, at the end when they look at the camera and they're like, they say you're observers out there watching it. We're meant to be the observers watching it.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's black and white because they're making clear to the people watching that this is from somewhere in there. This is a dream in a dream. Basically, you're watching here. This isn't part of the loop he's in. The black and white thing. That's why it's black and white.
It's very odd.
Why else would he colour it black and white? Other than to try and say.
But it mucks with that. You've kind of, like Chris said, you've learnt a load of rules about what you're seeing, and then you suddenly see something that is against the rules of what you've been. Because he's never done that before, imagining something. He's just been asleep or awake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was confusing.
And lucid dreaming, that's probably, you're right, that probably with the monochrome, it takes you out of that particular
it's as though he's not, it's like he's not in the lucid dream anymore, it's in something else you're watching.
Yeah.
Have either of you lucid dreamed? Do you lucid dream?
No. You can learn it apparently, can't you?
I've had a few cool ones where I'm like, oh shit, I'm in a dream and go and do what I like.
Oh, that's good.
Most of the time it's just horrible. You're like, oh fuck, I'm just like this film really, to be honest. Like this, whoever wrote this is clearly lucid dreamed.
Yeah.
Had that feeling of like, fuck. You must have had that dream, mustn't you? Where like you wake up in the dream.
Yeah, I've had that. I've had that. Well, you're not in. Yeah, you're awake, but you're not out. You're not awake.
That's the worst, isn't it?
Yeah, that is the worst. Yeah,
worst feeling.
Yeah,
sleep paralysis. That is more than lucid dreaming, isn't it? I suppose. So as you say, he follows Jason Lee and he sees in black and white they're embracing and he collapses and he wakes up and she's like, oh, I've changed my mind, I love you, and the sky has gone weird. You might say it's a vanilla sky.
It's a Monet sky.
Yeah
Yeah.
And this is where the loop of the dream begins in primary fiction version or whatever. Again, clearly something's off, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. She's a completely different character. She's all like, oh, I'm in love with you. Like, why would you do that? But
again, it's kind of undermined by her not being good at acting a particular way in the first place, because she's been so odd throughout.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
In a way, it seems like she's got some sort of multiple personality disorder, doesn't it?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, actually, yeah. It comes across more like that.
She's so off and on, hot and cold about how she feels to him.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, they play Sweetness Follows by R.E.M. at this point, which is one of the best R.E.M. songs, so he knows what he's doing. That Crowe man. So now we're into like this constructed land, and Kurt Russell's still asking him about it and he's explaining it. And
I mean, if they did this now, it would be, the tools that they have now to do this sort of Inception-y type thing compared to what they had back then.
You think it'd be fancier?
I think it'd be fancier.
Yeah.
I think they wouldn't know where to stop now.
There'd be like weird effects and stuff going on, and weird
there'd be weird effects. It'd be like Inception.
Yeah.
It'd be less of a film, wouldn't it? Because you wouldn't know you'd more obviously know. It's weird, I suppose, if you had effects and stuff going on.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, I think the sky is an effect too far, to be honest.
Yeah, it looks.
Skies
Yeah.
up. It shows again. It's like that. I think these were the first where there was digital grading available, wasn't it? So it was like Minority Report was obviously the first where they really went to town, and it's like they kind of overuse the tools because they've only just got them.
Yeah, you're right, definitely. That scene is not ready for an HD TV at all. It's absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, he's kind of his life gets back together, doesn't it? Like the mask comes off and he's all normal underneath it.
He has some surgery and sings "What If God Was One of Us."
Yes, he does. And the guy goes, "He's got a great singing voice."
Yeah, yeah.
And the song starts playing over it, doesn't it, while he's singing it?
Yeah.
Which he's in the world. Which I think is quite cool when you find out at the end that he's actually hearing the songs as we're hearing them. It's quite a cool sort of thing, isn't it? We get the really awkward sex scene that we've already mentioned, where he says he wants to be reincarnated as a mole between her breasts.
Made worse by the fact that Bob Dylan's singing over it.
Oh yeah,
really unsexy voice to have while you're watching a sex scene. it's not helping the scene at all.
Not at all. We actually missed the best line in the film, the one that keeps getting repeated. The "I'll tell you in another life when we are both cats." A strange line to be so important to the film and keep coming up, isn't it?
Allegedly, IMDb says that that's an actual thing that she said to Cameron Crowe, which doesn't make it better, makes it worse. In fact.
And it makes it more that like Cameron Crowe's basically living out his cruise fuck fantasy, isn't it? Like, he clearly wants to have sex with both of these two, Cameron Crowe. That's what I think is going on. And so he wants to be the mole between their lovemaking session. That's what he's. In my next life, I want Cameron Crowe to come back as your mole. That's what he should have said. Broke the fourth wall completely. Anyway, so throughout these bits now, we're starting to see this odd-looking chap, aren't we, in all these these scenes in the background now, who, what's his name?
Noah Wild,
yeah. Who's one of that guys, isn't he?
He's good. I think he's a good actor.
Noah Taylor, sorry.
Yeah.
He's a good actor. I don't think he's very good in this.
No, he's not very good in this, but he's generally
I'm not sure
good.
that's his fault, is it, really?
No, I don't think it's his fault.
He's generally good. But he keeps showing up. And there's a weird scene, you know, when Jason Lee meets him for dinner?
That's his new camera. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's a guy behind him who's, like, writing stuff down. What's going on with this?
Are they like in one of those, like in LA where, like, everyone's a writer? Was it that? I thought it was just a gag about, like, everyone's a script writer.
Oh, right. I thought he was something to do with Jason Lee. And I'm like,
no. But I love the fact that Jason Lee has that camera, and then later on he has something else, and Tom Cruise is like, who's giving you all this money? Why'd you have all these new things? Like, it's the board, they're against me, they bought you that snazzy camera. Like, it's not that snazzy either, like.
I suppose for the time it was, wasn't it?
I guess.
It's like a GoPro size thing, isn't it?
It's so odd, they're just having dinner and he's like waving in their face like,
I know, it's really weird.
like, just like,
and also when he goes, oh my god, your face is opening up, he screams at him. That's really good.
It is like they're trying to come up with like some sort of digital, you know, how people will be with devices again. Like,
I guess, maybe it's that actually.
It's like,
more of a techno advancement. Yeah.
What would we have back then? Like, we'd have like basic phones, right? Phones, not smartphones.
No, we'd like 3310s and stuff like that.
The WAP. We'd have some WAP going on.
Digital cameras would have been around, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess. Like, I don't know why there's little bits of future tech are in it. Really, like, what's that? Are they trying to like say that? It's clearly set in the now, isn't it? It's not set in the future.
No.
I don't know why. It's weird, isn't it? It seems very unnecessary.
Yeah.
It really is.
Again, trying too hard.
Yeah.
Anyway, now things go completely off the rails because he wakes up. Penelope Cruz turns into Cameron Diaz.
Oh yeah, it's horrible. This bit.
He cable ties her to the bed.
Yeah.
She starts shouting at him like mad.
Yeah. And
then we cut to he's in prison because he's beating the shit out of her.
Yeah.
And then an uncomfortable and also not very well done scene is when he's having sex. He comes back out again.
Yeah.
Cameron Diaz walks into the bathroom, comes back out as Penelope Cruz, and I love when Tom Cruise just goes, "What the fuck is happening?" I'm with you, mate.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a very uncomfortable scene, isn't it? He's pumping away on top of.
Oh, it's horrible. Really
Cameron
horrible.
Diaz, but like in that very like extremely fake.
Yeah, he's like pulling.
Sex thing.
Yeah, it's horrible. Yeah, it's really horrible. I guess again, good. Like it's pretty disturbing. Like they lean into it. They go for it, don't they? Like
it turns into an asphyxiation in a way, not like a kinky one, like I'm actually just killing you one.
Yeah.
Again, weird. I forgot as well. Do you think that that's a real thing? That if you have sex 4 times in a night, you have to love someone forever? I like that was because they set it up and pay it off quite a bit later, don't they? It's just like, oh, you made love to me 4 times last night. The first time's great, second time spectacular, third time, ho ho, and the 4th time, and then she won't say what it is, will she? And later on, she's like, the 4th time means it's love. But, wow. I never knew.
Yeah, we didn't know that rule, obviously.
Weird.
Yeah.
No.
Watch out there, guys. You do need to be careful. Get like whoever you are, this might happen to you.
Where are we at now? Right, so he's killed her.
Yeah, he kills them. There's all weird images, aren't they? And they play the Porpoise song by the Monkees, which I like that song.
It is a good song. It goes fucking nuts, doesn't
Yeah,
it? Like, it's so strange. He goes to the bar and the Noah Taylor's there again, like saying, "You've got your God, you've got control of everything," and he stops time and everyone just
That's
staring at
really
him.
good as well, actually. That scene's really good. With that,
It's
everyone,
great, isn't it?
everyone would just shut the fuck up, and then they all just, that's really good. Yeah. But that's it.
It's actually like, it's well done, isn't it?
That stuff is, yeah. It's the stuff in between it of the weird music and also they keep playing those like Polaroids and the faces keep switching. Like, it's kind of just over the top, I think. But
just before then, Kurt Russell's like, "Oh, I'm giving up on you. We're going to plead temporary derangement," and then he leaves, and then Tom Cruise sees Benny the dog again on the telly, and they go to life extension, don't they? I think that's the next.
Yeah.
So that you're kind of like, oh, he is telling the truth. Like there is some weird stuff going on.
Isn't that that's the end, isn't it? Life extension. They don't go there before, do they?
I think I've got it that they go there straight after he kills her. And they meet Tilda Swinton and watch the weird...
but this is all the end.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, because he goes back one more time to Kurt Russell, and Kurt Russell's like, "This is the last time I can see you now.
Yeah,
You've got to tell me
who
Ellie is," stuff like that.
Yeah.
And Tom Cruise like accepts it. He's like, "Oh no, I did kill her. I thought."
At
this point, he sort of accepts he's mentally ill. He thought she was somebody she wasn't, and he's killed. He's killed Sophia, thinking that she's Julie.
Yeah.
At this point, and Kurt Russell's like, "Right, well, I've tried to help you. I can't help you.
Yeah.
I'm off.
Bye."
And then that's weird as well because you cut to the next scene, and he's taking him to life extension, as you say.
Yeah.
And he says, "This is my son." You hear that bit when he goes,
"Oh, does he say that? Oh, I didn't know that."
The desk, he goes, "Oh, don't mind my son. He always wears this mask," something like that, which is...
that makes sense later, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yes, they come to life extension, and Tilda Swinton is here.
Just really random.
Young Tilda Swinton.
Yeah.
With a terrible American accent she always does. It's awful.
Yeah, it's annoying, isn't it?
I don't know what the big whoop is with her, to be honest.
Normally. And there are so many films that are ruined by a cameo by her, aren't there? Like films that she's not in, and she just turns up at the end. And you're like, oh, fuck.
Or even the reverse, when Snowpiercer, when she does that ridiculous English accent at the beginning with the train. She's really annoying
bad in
there.
that. She's bad in Suspiria. She's bad in that.
Oh, I didn't see
She's
that.
bad in the last was Anderson film, if that was called Hotel, whatever it was.
Yep.
No, not Hotel thingy. French Dispatch. She's bad in that.
Yeah.
And she's crap here because you don't buy her accent.
No. It could have been anyone.
Anyway, she starts explaining what's going on here.
Yeah.
Is that they're a company that, like Benny the dog, put people in suspended animation who have died, and they've got this new program where they can let you dream while you're dead.
Cryotainment.
Cryotainment, yeah. As Kurt also says that, doesn't he? He's like really annoyed by it. Cryotainment?
Yeah.
He's pissed off at the idea of it.
Yeah.
And they watch a little film showing like that. Oh yeah, because it's like wherever you die, isn't it? They can like zoom you back to the peak of your life.
Yeah, you can die as an old man, but then still go live in the bit that wherever you want. Yeah.
And they reveal that guy that we keep seeing, Noah Taylor, is tech support.
Yep.
Which pays off in a fantastic way in a few minutes.
Hell yeah.
So Tom Cruise is there, and there's lots of like scenes of him like coming to the realization that, oh shit, I'm in a dream.
Yep.
And sure enough, he takes the mask off, and Oh, he's all fucked up, isn't he? Takes the mask off, isn't
Yeah,
he?
yeah.
It's in a dream. And he runs off and he just starts shouting, "Tech support!"
Yeah.
Which, I love it.
It's basically that and Existence is Paused are the two. Like, if you could just have them back to back, it's like him yelling tech support, then Existence is Paused. Like, they work so well. Yeah, it's really funny.
Tech support! Goes through a big empty building.
Yep.
And he gets to a lift, and there waiting for him is tech support himself.
Yeah.
And what do you think about... So, it kind of info dumps the plot of the film into you now. It's like a 15-minute period.
Which is a bit annoying.
I thought this was a bit sort of a cheap way out of it.
I think it's cheap, especially when he's like... He pushes you to the references, and it's like, that Bob Dylan reference, I think most people get that. Yeah, most people get that. Like, they really... Like, you see, he has the album in his house, and they really linger on the shot, and then then they show you again at the end. It feels a bit like...
Well, it's the end bit that annoys me. It's like, in bad TV, when they'll reference something a few episodes back, and they play a massive clip of that thing happening.
Yeah, it was a bit like that. Yeah.
It's like that. It's like, because he literally transposes the album cover over them, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Like, all right, mate.
Yeah.
Like,
it's too
either we
much.
know the album and we get it, or we don't know the album. We don't give a shit what's going on doing. So why do this?
Yeah, it's too much. It's too annoying. And the
all
To Kill a Mockingbird
Jim thing.
Yeah,
on that as well.
Yeah,
it's all like literally one side of his wall. The whole wall is a Jules of Jim poster, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've got it, mate.
Yeah,
right?
no,
It's
annoying.
On the nose.
Allegedly, there are 428 references to pop culture in the film. I don't know what. No, I couldn't find a list of all of them, sadly. But yeah.
It's explained. Right? He's in a dream. It glitched. It went wrong. It turned into a bad dream. It wasn't meant to. And because of this break in service, he's got the option to leave the dream.
It's also been 100.
Funny how the only option is like you have to do it yourself.
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't they be able to do that from outside?
Yeah, but pull you
get
out.
That.
Yeah. It's also.
So they keep saying that he's like built in. He's been told to design his own fail-safes, hasn't he? And that's why he's jumped up a building. But like Chris says, if it's gone wrong...
Yeah, you just pull you out.
Yeah.
Or
why would you
way earlier as well. Why would you let it go on this long? It's been 150 years, allegedly, as well. Which you don't really know if that's real or not real or...
No. There's some schmaltz.
Yeah.
Penelope Cruz turns up and says a cat line again.
Everyone turns
I like
up.
the bit when... Everyone turns... Yeah, Jason Lee's there just waving, isn't he, in the background? It's weird.
And Kurt Russell's looking at him like, what the fuck? Who's this guy?
What are you doing here?
Who's that guy? I don't know this guy.
I like the line, when Kurt Russell's going, you know me, I've got two daughters, and the tech support goes, what are their names? And he just looks around like... And he just goes, no, I am real. real.
I like that it doesn't... I do think it doesn't... It doesn't feel to me like the film is saying, "Ooh, but he might just be jumping and killing himself." I think it's very obvious that at this point it's like, no, look, this is some weird stuff now.
It could be. That would be a good ending.
Yeah, it would.
If he's just being tricked.
I think we'd be in a Poppins element then, wouldn't we? We'd be in a kind of Poppins realm.
Yeah, and they definitely, like you say, I appreciate that they do. It's either a coma or it is this thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I appreciate that they do commit to it, that like he jumps off and time does stop and whatever.
Yeah.
But you could say as well, like your life flashed before your eyes before you die, doesn't it? They even referenced that earlier on. It could be that he's actually on the floor and his consciousness stopped at that level or something like that of where you see it stop.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Did either of you watch the alternative endings for it?
No. Oh, what's that?
Well, it's the same ending, which is weird.
Oh.
But,
it's the same.
Yeah, but you get some weird stuff like there's a whole thing where when he runs out and starts shouting tech support, there's a big scene in the bathroom with Kurt Russell where he gets him to take the mask off and things like that in the bathroom, and they go into the lobby and there's a big shootout between Michael Shannon and Tom Cruise, and Michael Shannon's shooting like mad at Tom Cruise, and Tom Cruise he's got the gun, he's going like whoop woo over his shoulder like this, like really stupid, like like literally like this. Literally
Why?
Like this.
What?
Because he's just prattling around, and he shoots and kills Michael Shannon. Right?
Oh.
A SWAT team comes in
Yeah.
to arrest Tom Cruise.
I can see when they cut this out.
It's ridiculous. Kurt Russell runs in, and he's like, no, I'll deal with this. And then, you know that kid with a red balloon who you see occasionally in the flashbacks?
Yeah.
Like, he's there. The red balloon pops, and the SWAT think a gun's been fired, and they gun Kurt Russell down, right? Cut to Like, goes black, comes up again, and they're lying on the floor, and Tom Cruise goes, "Oh, McCabe, you're lying on me." And they're just in this heap on the floor, and they get up, and they've not been killed at all. They're absolutely fine because they're in a dream.
God.
It's so weird.
What's the point of that though?
It's just a bad ending. I think they reshot it because it's terrible.
Yeah.
But also, like, there's all these bits when they get in the lift and he's saying, "Oh, I want Sophia back," and tech support's like, "Hey, baby, I'd want her back too." Like, he's really like weirdly smarmy about sleeping.
But he does say that line, doesn't he? Say like, "Did I just blow your mind?" Like he says something weird about like, "Oh, have I blown your mind right now?" Like
there's a lot more of that, a lot more "Hey, baby" kind of stuff. Yeah, it's weird. It's on YouTube. It's an odd. But I watched it thinking, oh, is there a version where it Chris says, he just hits the floor?
Yeah, he's just dead. Yeah,
but it isn't that. The end is exactly the same. Yeah. Oh no, the only difference was it's Cameron Diaz's voice and not Penelope Cruz's voice when he opens his eyes right at the end.
It's neither of their voices.
Oh,
yeah.
Who is it?
It is someone called who's just named in the credits as the Future. It's Laura Fraser's voice.
Future.
Yeah, they're called the Future. And
is it Ellie?
Maybe, but it's just called The Future. Is the name of the character.
Future.
It's not Penelope Cruz, not Cameron Diaz. Definitely not.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
It's okay.
I think it is Cameron Diaz in the alternate one anyway.
So so that means
it might not be. It might not be.
Well, that's really weird then. So,
but that's an alternate ending. So not relevant.
True.
And there concludes Vanilla Sky. Oh, actually, no, it concludes with a fucking Paul McCartney song. Oh, that's the funny thing. In the alternate one, on the roof, the guy's talking to him about like the deluxe package he's got, and he goes, "Oh, we even got Paul McCartney to write a theme song for you." Can you imagine how expensive that is?
Oh, wow.
So weird.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's quite funny, though. I would quite like that, but...
Yeah. But it's a bad song.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, he must have to do quite a few of them for different people, so he's churning them out.
Yeah, he just replaces the name. Oh, David Ames, you're in a dream. Oh...
Starry, starry night. Different artistic skies. Well... There we go. So in conclusion,
right,
Chris, what did you think of Vanilla Sky?
Well, it was, I just don't like dream films.
Right.
Full stop.
I just don't I don't like these, I just don't like them.
Okay.
Add
to that?
Only because, I don't know, it's just, they're quite stressful to follow.
Yeah, that's true.
I find... And also, I haven't been sleeping very well recently, so it was quite,
Was it a bit upsetting experience?
Upsetting, yeah.
Yeah.
Anxiety-inducing.
Yes, anxiety-inducing. I do think Tom Cruise is great, though. I do think he's great, and Cameron Diaz was pretty good. I actually thought the story in itself was quite good. I don't know, it seems quite dated now in its style. I just find if this was done now, I think it'd be, I don't know, I think even the tools available now, although there are some, like where the bar scene where everyone goes quiet and stuff like that, how they're using, it's very well done, I do think. And there's some really good little characters in there, like the tech support guy, and
what do you think of the payoff of the story? Were you with the end?
No, it's been done in Star Trek a couple of times, and a lot of these things have been, and I can see them coming a mile away. So,
yeah,
literally a mile away. So, doesn't really. That's what these dream films never get me.
No.
Yeah.
So, fair enough. Alex.
Can I just run through the 5 interpretations, because we didn't say them all?
Yes.
So the 5 interpretations that Cameron Crowe says are this. Number 1, tech support is telling the truth. 150 years have passed since Ames killed himself, and subsequent events form a lucid dream. So he killed himself, as exactly what they say in the film. Number 2, the entire film is a dream. Now this is evidenced by a sticker on Ames's car that reads 2:30:01. February the 30th doesn't occur in the Gregorian calendar.
I mean, we are in this slight future, though, so perhaps they changed to a different calendar.
Number 3.
It's not a leap. It's a leap year or something.
I don't know. There's
no 30th on a leap year, is there?
No.
It's 2029 days on a leap year. Come on. basic stuff.
Option 3: the events after the crash.
30th of February in a leap year.
I don't know. I don't know how many
don't
days
know,
there
what?
are in a month.
Oh my god.
Do you
Option.
know how many days there are in each month, Alex?
No, I don't. I just wasn't going to say that to upset Sam. I don't really know either. No, I just get. I know October is 31 because of Halloween.
And February is the month where you have.
Why
the
are you
leap
so
year,
shocked by this? I don't. Do we
Because
need
you
to know
genuinely
this?
don't know that.
I don't know that rhyme.
How many days there
I
are
don't
in
know that
February.
weird rhyme. 30 days has something.
No, I don't know all of them, but you know,
Oh.
it must know February, surely.
I just get on with it and just live my life.
Just get on. No time for calendars.
Okay, number
I'm
3.
just a bit shocked.
Number
Yeah.
3, the events after the crash are a dream that he
Yes.
has while comatose. So
Yes.
everything from the crash is a dream. Number 4, the whole plot is the book that Jason, these characters writing. So it's all
Yeah.
bollocks, basically. And number 5, the entire film after the crash is a hallucination caused by drugs administered during Ames's reconstructive surgery. That kind of feels like number 3 to me, but anyway. But anyway, Cameron Crowe says that the presence of the Vanilla Sky during the morning reunion after the nightclub scene marks the first lucid dream scene, and that everything that follows is a dream. So Cameron Crowe wants you to believe what tech support says.
But as I said earlier, the problem with that is there's so many things before that.
Yeah.
Like Penelope Cruz being on his
Undo it.
answer phone at the start of the
Yeah.
whole film.
Yeah, they undo it all, don't they? Yeah.
Do you know there's a 6th reading of this film?
What?
A Christian metaphor for it.
Oh.
David commits suicide, finally driven to guilt over the death. Sorry, driven to it by guilt over the death of Julie.
Yeah.
As he is dying, his life passes before his eyes. While his life passes before his eyes, he's being tempted to sell his soul to the devil for the chance to make things right.
Oh, I like this. This is
The
good.
dream is David is asked many times, "Did you sign a contract?"
Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
Christian thing, and I don't get it. Lucid dream, maybe
Yeah.
Lucifer.
I love it. Yeah. Lucifer's dream.
Both women at Ellie have red hair. I don't. What's that mean? Did the devil have? Oh, the devil's red, isn't it?
Oh,
Of course,
yep,
Come
yep,
on,
yep.
Come on, Sam.
Yeah.
This is the best one. Tilda Swinton has hot sauce behind her.
Well, that's it.
Devil.
Then. Evidence.
Yeah.
Yep.
And more importantly, Tilda Swinton is exactly the kind of personality you'd expect the devil to have. Yeah. Oh, and also he dies at 33.
33. Yeah, the 33 Club.
A la
Yeah.
old Jesus.
No, it's not the 33 Club, is it? Which one's that? Who's the
28
20?
club, is it?
Oh, I don't. Anyway.
29 club?
Yeah.
28 club?
Don't know. Anyway.
Jesus wasn't.
Jesus wasn't
Didn't
in that.
poke his vomit in a swimming pool in LA. No.
Jesus, Amy Winehouse,
Kurt Cobain.
Kurt Cobain, Jimi Hendrix. That's
David
that's the
Ames.
list. Yep, that's it. And David Ames. Yeah.
Anyway, Alex, did you like the film?
I like bits of the film. I think some stuff is just too overdone and overstated. It's just too much like, oh, look, how clever I am. Look how clever this reference is. Isn't it clever? And it's a bit annoying, and I don't like that. I think some of the visuals are actually really trippy, and I like it when it gets more weird, and like that club scene I think is actually very well done. I think the performances are well done. I don't mind the story, but I do agree with Chris that the whole is it a dream thing is a very overdone premise, and it
seems to be very popular in this era, though, wasn't it?
yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, I mean, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind did this kind of mindfuck thing a lot better, I think.
Yes, way better. Yeah,
From a similar era, isn't
Yeah,
it? It's a
way
few years
better.
later, but like...
Yeah. So it's enjoyable, and there's some nice visuals and good acting, but it's very long as well. Very long.
It is long.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of a similar opinion. Like you, the references annoyed me a lot. I'm annoyed that Sigur Rós song still hasn't been released, I don't think. As far as I know. And here
You
we are
should
this
you
time
should be
later.
cryogenically frozen until they release it.
They release it. As that's the climax of the film was like that. It's very annoying. But yeah, no, they did annoy me. It's just I don't like a director who you can see the director on screen going,
Yes.
like, wow, look at me.
Yeah, and that is what this
I'm
is.
fucking clever.
Yeah, that is what this is. Yeah, this. Yeah,
And especially as, like Chris says, when you're just doing a very sort of run-of-the-mill dream
yeah,
story.
dream film. Yeah,
But, again, agreeing with you, I think it is acted mostly well. I think it's written... I think the script's really good. I think it is... There's a lot of... You don't really... It doesn't really lull, does it? You kind of... You
No.
stick with it.
yeah,
But yeah, I think, it's a tired formula. It's a bit overwrought. And I think it just... I think the ending, the last act, is rushed in a way that... I don't know. I'm not sure how you'd fix it, but I'm not entirely on board.
Yeah.
But I would still say it's a good film.
Yeah.
I would say it's not a bad film. It's a good film. It's just not a great film.
No.
So, where does it go in the list?
Well, I was getting...
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind is 41. It's nowhere near as high as that.
No.
How about... I'm just looking at another film that's weird, visually very interesting, some okay performances, especially from LL Cool J. Toys. At Toys at 163.
I think it's a better film than Toys.
Yeah, okay, all right. Well, that's good. We've got benchmark. Let's go up then.
I think we need to go quite a bit higher.
Oh,
surely.
okay. Oh, yeah, okay. Interesting.
I think sort of...
Inception is 64.
Is it better than Inception? Ooh.
No.
No.
I don't think so. What about Time Crimes area?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but I like Time Crimes is really works really well, though.
That was a better, more clockwork plot, wasn't it?
Yeah.
80s Andromeda Strain.
Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery.
This is where we realise how ridiculous
This
the
list is really falling apart, isn't it?
I don't think it's as good as Event Horizon. I don't think it's as good as... Is it better than Transformers the movie? I mean...
I think it's better than Event Horizon.
I think it's better than Event Horizon. Event Horizon's pretty poor.
Yeah.
I like Event Horizon. Okay.
I mean, this is the other problem. You've got that and Tron, which even on my list would be way down.
I don't think it's better than The Faculty.
No, The Faculty's better.
Okay, well, we're
I would put it at 81.
Above Austin Powers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm alright with that.
Is that the
Okay,
first
yeah.
one? That one? Or
Yeah.
the second one?
Yeah.
I don't know, what do you think?
One below it.
That's got a lot of references in it.
It has. One below Austin Powers.
What does your cat think?
The cat's not happy about something. You're not a Cameron Crowe fan?
I don't mind. I don't feel passionately either way, I'd have to say.
Gigi, I'll tell you another life when we're both cats. What we're saying, so one below Austin Powers.
Yeah, go on then.
Sky. Because I think Cameron Crowe would not enjoy Jay Roach's Austin Powers being one above him.
Oh no, he'd be very upset by that.
Yeah. You don't really hear from Cameron Crowe anymore, do you?
No, if something
He
happened.
made My Family's a Zoo or something like that, didn't he? What's that one on a big on a boat with
God.
Matt Damon? That's him,
that
isn't it?
sounds terrible. Oh, that sounds terrible.
Well, there we go. That was a quite
His
long,
wife
wasn't
did
it?
the music on the Vanilla Sky.
Well, yeah, he's now ex-wife, yes. Although, what's the music they're doing in it? What is the music in this film?
I don't know. It must be,
She,
there must be some orchestral links or something.
His wife recorded that bit, the Cameron Diaz song. Like, as in, they worked together to make that
that's the
song.
soundtrack.
Yeah, that's definitely part of it, yeah. I think Cameron Diaz is very humble about it. It says, I think Cameron Crowe's wife had to sing underneath her voice to make her voice sound a bit better. So.
It says that the score is sound collages. That took her 9 months. So, AKA.
Oh yeah, we've all done that
She
one.
got a couple of samples, put them in Pro Tools, dicked around for 9 months. No, did nothing for 9 months. The day before, just chucked them all on a big.
And then gave her invoice in to Cameron Crowe, slid it to the.
Yeah.
Oh, don't forget my wife's
Then
contribution.
Then she was like, "Oh fuck, I've got to record that song for Cameron Diaz." Went down one of those 24-hour make a song things, you know that, and just got the song put up, and rolled up with that. Brilliant.
Tascam.
Yeah. Classic Tascam. Right, that was Vanilla Sky. Fantastic. We're back, rating again. Next week, what could follow Vanilla Sky other than Monster Trucks? Which is that? Chris, are you hosting that one?
Sure am.
Sure is.
Be sure to join us. So that's some whiplash of styles there. But
Yeah.
and that's it for this week. So, I think.
Yeah.
Anything else to add?
I don't think. Do you have any correspondence?
Have you guys seen? You probably haven't. Any Star Trek recently?
No.
No. Okay.
I saw your text saying it was good, that new world.
Good. Very good. Very good.
Oh.
Yeah. Obviously, I haven't seen it yet because it's not released in the UK until June. So
No, but
You've got a feeling it's
I've
good.
got a feeling it's good.
Yeah.
Right, a specific feeling.
Yeah.
Yes.
Early buzz.
It's the 10 years before Star Trek. Is that right? It's Pike.
Just before the original Star Trek.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh.
yeah.
It's going to have a quite sad ending, isn't it? With
Yeah. Yeah, he ends up all
hiking his
fucked up.
beeping machine. Yeah. Anyway, fantastic. Right, well, we'll maybe discuss that at a later point if we've all watched it. But for now, cheerio. See you next week.
Cheerio.
Bye.